Oh, what is up, guys? Long school day, right? Well, just got out of school, so it's a great day. As always, love school. Gotta love school, so, it's right after school, and I was like, I don't want school to be over yet. So, what did I decide to do? Make another episode on our next Monday high school stories. Oh, my bad. Friday high school stories. So, I want to bring you guys an awesome, epic story of the best teacher, my favorite teacher, and the best teacher ever. And I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. And I think you guys will love this one. I really do. Alright, so there's this teacher, and we're going to call her Miss F. And Miss F was my favorite teacher ever in high school. I'm a senior, and she's just always been my favorite teacher. So we're going to start at the beginning, to when I first met her was freshman year. And I had a class with my best friend, JJ, as you heard me talk about her in other videos. And that's where she actually met her boyfriend that none of us knew before. And then they started dating, and that's when me and her boyfriend became really, really good best friends. I mean, we even have classes together this try, and we're really good friends. So it's always good that your best friend is dating another guy that you're best friends with, so you're best friends with everybody. So it's pretty cool. I love her, and I love him to death. So we all met him in that class, and this class was an English class taught by Miss F, and she hated us. Like, it was, I believe it was her first year teaching, too, and she hated us. We were so loud, annoying, obnoxious, little freshmen, and we always just made her mad. We'd always get a bad note from the substitutes, etc., and so on and so forth. So, it's bad. But, after that, sophomore year, instead of teaching English, she became she taught one English class, and the rest were sign language. And I decided to take sign language, and so I did sophomore year. And then I did a second time junior year. So I took it sophomore year, and it was always good, and I had a good time. And then I took it again junior year. I don't know why I didn't take him right after. And then junior year, it was like she taught English, and then second year she taught English and American Sign Language, and then her third year she just taught American Sign Language because we had so much English teachers. So, this was last year, and I already made a story about her class where me and my very best friend, Bromance, that's what the video is called, where me and my other good best friend met, and the story behind that. So if you guys haven't seen that video, be sure to check it out. But that's where I met him, was in her class. And this is the kind of teacher that you really enjoy having as a teacher. She was about, I don't remember the times we tried to get her to tell us her age. 25, she had to be 25 to 30 because she had 3 kids and a Russian husband. Yes, a Russian husband. And we've always pictured this big, buff guy, like a Russian man, that accent. And then one day I remember going to the movies with my best friend Orion, and Orion knew her too. We went to the movies, and we seen her because it was a premiere for a movie, and then we seen her and we're like, oh my gosh, and we seen her husband, Russian husband. Not at all. He was just a skinny dude, and he talked like you could tell he's Russian, but he still had that like American sounding accent person. So it was pretty crazy. So and he does, like, you think of like a Russian spy or like something Russian related or something, but he works at this like place where you answer your cell phone. My bad, my phone just died, but now I got a charge. So, alright, back to the story, as I was just saying. Where we ended off was, I thought we just for some reason thought he did some kind of cool job or something like that, just because he's Russian or something, and he actually just works at a place, like, picking up cell phone calls, answering, and, fighting with people and stuff like that when they call, and they're like, man, I don't remember if it was, like, insurance related, or if he was a salesman, or whatever he was, but I just knew he was that kind of person that sat behind a desk and took calls. So anyways, now to get to know about the best teacher ever, like the actual teacher now. She is so freaking cool, guys. I love her to death. So let me tell you like how she would teach us, like, so I can give you guys an understanding of this. And a lot of you guys might think this is like a bad teacher, and she's like, teacher shouldn't be doing that and stuff, but it's actually I like it, and it's just a really good way to be involved with us and keep us like interested in what she's teaching, etc. And so I know, like I was just saying, it's going to sound like a little bit weird, but it's awesome. Just let me explain it to you so you guys can get a better understanding of what I'm saying. So what she did, like, she'd always be very happy, super happy. Like every time we talk about happy, and she'd be like, "Oh, I'm always happy. Look," and like grab her face and just be like, like just like so, or like she'd be so happy and excited about like everything. So she'd make up a new assignment or something like that, and she'd be so excited to teach us. And she'd go up to the front of the class, and she'd just like stand up on her tiptoes, and she's like, "You ready, class? You ready?" And then like she was just really like a friend, like how a friend would act, just all silly. Like, yeah, that's the perfect word for her, actually. She's just so silly all the time. Like, every day, she's like never had a bad day, I swear. She always gets up, like, always happy and cheerful. And like a song, when she's playing songs to teach us sign language, she'll start singing the song to us, and like it's so funny. She's just always been like that funny kind of personality of a teacher. She always gets like our humor and stuff, and she wasn't like the one, we have all these policies that we hate, that if you have your phone out, they take your phone and stuff, but like she would just like warn us 10, 15 times, like in one class period, to put our cell phones away. She'll like never take them, which is bad. I mean, she should. I mean, she's being way too nice. I mean, I've never seen her take her phone before, and she's had told me to put my phone away a couple of times, but I've always like... but she's like, what I'm saying is she's always super nice to not be just like, she's too nice to take your phone away, so she won't even do it. She'll just try to get you to put it away. And some kids will take advantage of that and just keep playing with their phones. But I don't even know. Like, it's been the sad part about this whole story, this whole video, is I haven't seen her for a very long time now. She stopped being our American Sign Language. They took sign language out of our school, and I love that class so much. It's actually something I was thinking about majoring in when I go to college, but I'm just not sure. And I really wanted to take it all senior year, just take it all senior year. And when I came back, because I even signed up for it last year, but when I came back this year, they're like, yeah, we kind of don't have sign language anymore for whatever reason. So she's gone, and so which really sucks. Because now no one teaches sign language, and I miss her so much. She is like my favorite teacher. She'd like be personal too. Like when we walked in, she'd be like, "How you doing? How you doing, Gage?" And I'm like, I'd always be like the person that's kind of like not the class clown, but I always like throw a joke in. And so she like knew we were that kind of type, because we're not the bad. Like, I know I'm not a class clown. I don't like to say that or think that, because when I'm told to be quiet or pay attention or so, I don't. And then especially the very first time, class clowns will go on and on until it gets to the point where they get kicked out of class, and the teacher will be like, "Hey, get out of my class." I'm like, "All right, I wanted to get out," and just be like cocky about it and stuff. And that's just class clowns for you. But I'd always make her laugh, and like me and my best friend that I was telling you about, my bromance dude, she would be so happy. Like, she'd get in front of class, and me and him would be talking, and she'd be like, hey, bromance guys, pay attention, come on. And we're like, 1 second, like, nope, pay attention. And she's like, don't make me sign at you all angrily. And, oh, she'd be like, see, I'm trying to explain her as a teacher. Like, she is a teacher, but she's that fun, good friend, person you can talk to kind of teacher. She'd actually like, I remember like I was seeing girls last year and stuff like that, and when I was seeing one girl, and then she see me like holding hands with another like a little bit later, she's like, "What happened to the other girlfriend?" She like asked me about what's going on, and she was a great person overall. And I remember she went to my work, went to eat at my work one night, and I even was like, "Hey," and I just talked to her for 5-10 minutes, sat down next to her and talked to her family and stuff. And she's just, I don't know what is wrong with her. She is always happy. And that's why I'm making this video, is because I want you guys to know, do you know any teachers that are always happy? There's so many teachers in my school that hate us. Like my 4th hour teacher this try hates us. She like came in all like, "Oh, I'm so glad to teach my first year teaching. I'm so glad, and I'm an actual teacher, not a student teacher. I'm here to teach this class and teach them great things." It's only been 75% of the first try, and she hates us all. She's like, "Oh, you guys irritate me," and blah, 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 and she hates us. So, you see what I'm saying? Like, to see a teacher always happy, it just always gives me, like, a good, like, just that good feeling, like, oh, I can't wait to go to her class. And it was always 5th hour, so, like, I loved being excited, and our whole class was all, like, ready to get out of school and always hyped up and ready to have fun. And she just always kept it interesting in good ways to, like, keep us interested. Like, we'd do our vocab, and she would, like, sign all the vocab to us, and we'd have, like, a quiz every week and about the vocab we learned and stuff. And she was really good, because we always had, like, these big projects, but always had these little projects going at the same time, so we learned like a lot of sign language. I really did. Like I learned so much sign language, it's not even crazy. Like, let's see, it's been forever, but like, hello, my name is Gage. Your name, I'd use both my hands, but I needed to hold the camera in one, so yeah. But she was just a great person overall, and I know I've like repeated myself a little bit in this video. It's just, I don't know how much more in detail I can get, you know. If someone just asked me like who my favorite teacher was, I'm like, oh, that'd be a good episode. And now that she's gone and I'll probably never see her again, I just want to make this video not only to tell you guys that there's this teacher named Miss F, one of the best, most happiest teachers I've ever met. Very honest, very, very helpful. She'll stay after school just to help you, even though if she's not required to. She's just a great teacher overall, and I loved, like, we shared like a lot in common, like with movies and like like eating out or something. I don't know. We talked about like a bunch of stuff, but we liked the same kind of music and stuff, and she was just a great teacher. And so yeah, so I just wanted to kind of make this video just to remember this, because I remember this great teacher that I would have, like, sometimes I'd fail the vocab, and not only would she come over to me and like, not only would she like try to help me, but like she would come over to me when she put in the grade, like immediately, like the next day, she's like, hey, I graded your thing last night, did you see your score? And I'd be like, oh yeah. And she's like, well, we can improve this, here's some vocab, here's the pictures of like the sign. And she'll even sit there and sign all the words to me again. And she's like, alright, try to remember that, go study, maybe we can take it in after class or something, or after school or whatever. And like, she would really try to like help me out, even though I'm not asking. She would come to me and try to get my grade better. And I know that's like how a lot of teachers want it, is you'd have the great grade, but usually they don't care if you know it or not. They just care that you have a good score. You know, some teachers are like that, and how I see it. And this teacher is one of those ones like that wants you to know it, don't care about the score. And she would, like, if I studied and stuff, she would even bump up my grade an extra, like, how many points and stuff, just for paying attention and trying in her class. And she was just a great teacher. And she always, like, when we did our we would sign to these songs and stuff, like, what a wonderful world, like that, whatever that song's called. And there's that Journey song, took the midnight train. Yeah, we learned how to sign like all of both those songs. And she'd like always get up and she would like dance for us while she's signing, and just like we'd laugh, and it would just be like so funny. I mean, numerous times the principal would walk in and she's like dancing or something, and the principal would just like laugh and stuff like that. And so she would be serious when we needed to be serious, but she would always keep us entertained. And like, I don't like when she's talking, there's like, everyone's not on their phones, everyone's looking up, everyone's listening, no one's talking, because she's just so entertaining to watch and to make us laugh and keep us involved in whatever we're doing. And that's what I really loved about this teacher, because she, not only did she teach me sign language, not only do I think she'd be the best to do it, she would personally make sure that we knew it, and personally make sure that we got a good grade, and would just help us through it all. And I really love that about this teacher, and I wish there was really much more about this. I don't know why she got fired. I don't know. I have no idea. And I know some people may be watching this video, of course she got fired because she's not being a very good teacher to you guys, doing this and that. It's not what a teacher needs to do. They need to teach you. Well, in my opinion, in many people's opinions, that this is how you should teach. This is how you need to keep people involved. No, you know, we need to learn stuff, and there's times we have to read and stuff, but you got to have those projects that keep us interested and keep us like thinking and like constantly paying attention. Just do something that's related to us, not start using slang words and then we're just like, oh, you're just embarrassing yourself. Don't, you know. And I wouldn't think that. I'm just saying, like, most kids would, you know, like, come on, like, that teacher just said, like, YOLO, like, come on, that's so weird. So, but just keep us entertained, and that's what she did, and I loved her for that. She would just personally be a very good friend to me, not only just be a good friend, but, like, a good teacher, and she would just always keep updated with our lives, and ask questions, and, you know, ask how we're doing, and so on and so forth, and I just loved her because she was a great teacher. And so I just had to kind of come out and tell you guys that. If it wasn't for her, I don't even know if my best friend and her boyfriend would be together to this day, because that was the only class they've ever had together too. Crazy, right? So things could be totally different if we didn't have that class all together. I would have never like had such a big interest in sign language. It's not sign language itself, but she really, after being in her class, she made it so interesting and fun to like learn some like a language with your body movement. I love dancing, and I just love constantly moving my body, and I just feel like sign language is just one of those ways you can communicate, but for the first time not use your mouth. And that's why I like the whole sign language thing. And sometimes you like have to mouth it out, and you have to make faces, like when you say don't like, you make this disgusting face and you go don't like, you know, and stuff like that. And it's just really good, and she really got me interesting, and that's why to this day I'm still thinking about majoring in college because of this. So I might have a whole different path. I could have been like a mechanic or something, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, she got me really interested. I at least want to minor in college because I love that language, even if it's, I think it's the 4th most used language, not Spanish is the most used, I believe, or 2nd most used. And I don't know the statistics. I knew them like back then, but I think that's how it was. But it'd just be really cool to know that. And I still have my dream to this day, want to meet a deaf person just to experience like that, kind of talking with the deaf person and see how like they look at the world. You know, I mean, not over exaggerate. Sometimes we don't even realize what we have. Like, so there's people out there that don't have our full body parts. There's people out there that can't talk, hear, or see. There's people out there that can't think like us, that can't think straight. There's people out there that need medication to not just be normal, but to like work right, to have their body functions work right. There's people that need surgery. There's people, so on and so forth. And sometimes we just don't think about that, and we just want more things. But it's like, you would want to, if you didn't have what we have now, like you always, we're in a generation where we always want more. That's how we are, and it's okay, it's normal, but we just got to be happy of everything that we have, you know. And I think that's maybe one of the reasons Miss Fedotova was always happy. She wasn't teaching for some big school. She wasn't teaching for somewhere famous. She's not being like making all this money. She's not doing anything. She's being a teacher teaching high schoolers sign language. But yet she was so happy with that job. And I love her for that. She's a great person, and I hope she has a great life. I'll never see her again. And I just hope I hope she has a good life. She deserves it. She really does. And I want to thank her for everything she's taught us, and I'm sorry if our classes ever irritated her, because she barely ever would, and to irritate her we have to do something super bad or something. And so I just hope that she's living a good life out there. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. This is my episode of High School Stories, my favorite, best teacher, and I'll see you guys next week episode. I love you guys. Thanks for watching, as always. Peace out.